I'm at 10540 Elderberry Lane, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. I doubt there'll be any root intrusion. I don't think the trees are big enough around here yet. But we're just looking to make sure that there's nothing, that would concern the buyer or have any issues going forward. So we're going through the clean out in the very front of the house. See, there's the front door. It's covered by a plate. It actually does have a CO on it for clean out. You can actually, there's a threaded spot, if you can see right here. A lot of times they put a threaded cap down in this and then put the metal cap over. It did not have one, but it is something, if you ever have any kind of smell of sewer out here, that may be something that you want to add. This cap that they do have, the screw down cap, should keep the gas from escaping, but if there is any bad smell, you can put it should be a 3.5 inch threaded cap, and you can get that at any hardware store. Just would measure it, but I'm pretty confident this is a 3.5 inch cap. So first we're going to go back in towards the house. We're going to go upstream. The whole line should be PVC, and so we're going to go back into the line and go as far as we can. This will be going back into the house and towards we'll probably end up in a stack going vertical, and that's where we'll have to stop as far as going upstream. I think I'm going to probably have them try to run some water just to try to flush the line out a little bit. As you can see, there was a little bit of buildup there at that corner. Just somebody used the restroom. Your tie-ins there to the right. Go. Here's another Y-in. And so far, everything looks really good. Holding any water. And here we are at the very back. As you can see, this goes up. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the angle where it shows that I'm at a 77-degree angle, basically pointing straight up. That shows the angle of the camera. And as we pull back and we flatten out, now we are sitting relatively flat. And so I didn't see anything of concern at all on the way upstream. And so now we're going to pull back and we'll take the camera and go downstream. Now we are limited, obviously I couldn't go up those branches and stuff that you see, just because they don't make a camera that will do that, and so you would have to start removing fixtures and stuff like that to be able to inspect those branches. And some are such a small diameter you wouldn't even be able to get into them. Everything structurally looks good. All the joints look tight. It's a little hazy just because of stuff getting on the front of the camera there, but I'm going to go ahead and wipe the camera off before I go downstream. As you can see, we are now vertical. I'm coming back out of the clean out. I'm going to wipe the camera off and then we're going to go downstream. Okay. Now we're going to go downstream. And it immediately looks like it is going out and dropping to get deeper, which would make sense. A lot of these around here probably have basements, so the sewer main is probably, over 10 feet deep. drop again. Wish I could find a little bit of water here to rinse the camera lens off just a hair. Okay, now we are going into changing, not really changing materials. It is still PVC, but it goes to a green. This is an SDR35, which is code, and this is what, basically this is the demarcation line between when you go from this white, this is a Schedule 40 PVC, to an SDR35. It's just a different rating, but it's about the same thickness pipe. The green is what the developer put in when they put in the sewer mains and everything before the house was built, and then they basically stub a pipe up onto the property, and then when the builder comes through and builds the individual houses, then they connect their sewer line to here, because they have to put the mains and stuff in with the roads and everything before the houses are built. This usually shows where they connected on to what the developer had put in. And so we should be pretty close to being off the, at least around the sidewalk or so at that point. And depending on what municipality you're in, that can also indicate the municipality's responsibility for maintenance at that point. I don't think it's like that here. I think there's a responsibility of the homeowner up until it reaches the main, or at least leaves the property completely. But I am not familiar 100% with the sewer department, or who covers the sewer department here. I believe it's SD1. Really wanting to rinse the camera off here. Everything looks good, but it is pretty blurry. This tends to happen on the way out, because things build up in front of the camera as you're pushing, and then so hopefully we are able to rinse the camera off in the main, and we'll be able to see a lot better when we come back. It's not completely obscured, but I can see enough, but it is obviously blurry a little bit. Based off the footage here, I believe the main has got to be across the street. I actually see a manhole across the street, so it's probably 10 feet inside from the curb on the other side of the street, so it's 10 feet up into the yard on the opposite side. So we should be coming up to it though. There we go. And based off of where we are, I'm going to try to go downstream a little bit here into the main, because there's only a few houses above it, and there doesn't seem to be much water running in the main right now. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to turn back up into the lateral. I'm going to pause the video and have them run some water for a minute, but it'll take a while for the water to get there, so. Okay, I'm thinking the water should have made it there by now. I'm seeing a little bit of flashes. We're going to see if we can get this rinsed off here. So there you go. You can see that we are in the main. That right there is where we're looking into the main. So I'm going to keep trying to rinse this off a little bit more. so wash flow as we pull back through the line. Should have at least, let's see, the seams look nice and tight. Keep rinsing off the camera to make sure it's a clear visual. See, it's about a 10 to 12 foot sections. With the water running also would highlight any bellies or low spots in the line. As you can tell, we don't have any of that. Weird little piece of toilet paper up there or something. This all looks really good. Now we are back into the Schedule 40 or the white pipe onto the property. And again, all these seams look really good. All the connections are holding tight. And offset. And we are now vertical in the net. So we've made it all the way back. The line looked really good. I didn't see any issues. Nothing really to report. The line was flowing free and clear. There were no low spots, so no bellies or anything, and all the connections looked really tight and holding together well. No separations, no offsets. So clean bill of health. So that'll end the inspection at 10540 Elderberry Lane.